My name is Gayou. I'm an aerospace major. I'm in my senior year. Uh, I'm really interested in composite structures and a lot of that sort of side of aerospace engineering. Within Trell, I'm currently the responsible engineer for the Airframe, which pretty much means I'm in charge of, timeline, making sure projects are met on time for the structures in between our carbon overwrapped pressure vessels. So the parts connecting different pieces of the rocket together.
How long have you been part of Trell?
I've been in Trell since last May. I pretty much started at the very end of last semester, start of summer.
Okay, cool.
So,
did you work with Trell over the summer?
Yes, I was here last summer, and that's when I really just did a lot of time into Trell and really got caught up really well with the project.
How did you come about joining Trell?
I sort of knew about Trell, but a friend convinced me to come with her to a Trell info session. And I really didn't have anything else planned that evening. So I was like, all right, sure, I'll show up. So I showed up with my dog.
So what do you think really motivates you to be part of Trell?
What really motivates me about Trell is that, nobody else on campus is doing this. Very few people in the state are doing this. Sure, you have LRA and other rocketry-based organizations, but to have a student group led by faculty with members from business, from liberal arts, from chemical, mechanical, electrical, all these different types of engineering, all working under the same roof on a single large-scale project, is something completely unique at UT. When UT is as big as it is, Trell being this unique is really something special. So it's just the uniqueness of Trell, for sure.
Yeah, I think so, for sure. I mean, I'm in public relations, and I was like, wow, I can be part of Trell. That's really cool. So I definitely understand that. What do you think, what would you like to do as a career? How does that fit into what Trell can do for you to get to that point?
So career-wise, I'd really like to work on, composite structures. Initially, I was really interested in just for aircraft. I was really big on commercial aviation, but then through Trell, because of Trell, I really started looking at, new space and all the big companies popping up. And so I guess more broadly, doing composite structures, a lot of the airframe stuff for, whether it's a rocket or an A380 or, whatever, just working on that sort of structural aspect is really interesting to me.
Have you always had a passion towards space, or do you have a favorite mission or anything that you can think of?
So honestly, I think the main reason I went to aerospace was just because I didn't know how planes worked.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it sounds a little weird when you say it, but I was just really curious. All my life, I'd always been really fascinated by airplanes. I'd flown in a lot of them, and I was always every time, how does something that weighs tons and tons and tons able to lift off the ground? And it was honestly just I was just so curious about that, and it just seemed really cool to me. So I was all right, I really want to find out more about this. The main way we can do that, all right, aerospace engineering, I guess.
What is one or more goal you're hoping to achieve during your time in Trell?
Specifically, I want to get a actual, I guess, flight article made. Basically, Airframe is making these sections that connect, our pressure tank to our oxidizer tank, or whatever tank to another tank. And so I'd really like to be able to just fully fabricate one, get it, not just prototype. I want to be able to hold and to show off the stuff we've been planning out and, hypothetically working on for so long. So yeah, just fully fabricate something and be able to show other people the work that we're able to do. I want to hold something at the end of the day.
You be like heaven to touch. I want to hold you so much.
Has it been weird adjusting from face-to-face to going to all Zoom remote type work?
The hardest thing is just when you're trying to describe a system to somebody. Here's this engineering system I came up with, right? And then I've literally resorted to using sharing my screen and using Microsoft Paint.
Yeah.
To sort of show it. And before, I really missed just being able to grab an expo marker and really just like work through and like, hey, I don't understand that thing you drew. Like, oh, all right, let me erase it and let me redraw it for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot more intuitive when you can explain in person to somebody what you're thinking of versus online. You know, it's a lot more difficult to convey the same idea.
How do you feel about the environment you work in? Just like the team, like workmanship part of it, or just anything, how the dynamics are in your team?
On my specific team, what I really like is it's a really good balance of curiosity about learning about something. You know, I have quite a few sophomores on my team, and a lot of the stuff we're working with involves courses that earliest you take your junior year. And so it's a lot of curiosity about they want to learn. You know, they may not be in that class yet, but they want to, you know, learn as much as they can, you know, or as much as is possible inside Trell. So they have that curiosity and that willingness to ask a lot of questions and ask for more information. But simultaneously, you know, they're very good at just, you know, you tell them what, you know, here's a project I need you to work on. Here's the relevant information. Do you have any questions? They're like, no, I'm good. And then you come back a week later and they've really put in a surprising amount of work. That was like my biggest thing when I came into Trell, was I'm worried about, you know, how much hand-holding is there going to need to be.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I'm constantly surprised at how independent and how, you know, with very little information, the really high quality stuff that my team members can put out.
Yeah. Is it even stuff that you wouldn't learn in class? Is it like going above that y'all are having to work with?
Oh, absolutely. I'm like, you know, I've taken a lot of the structural classes. I'm taking the composites course right now. And a lot of the things we're coming across is stuff I'm already familiar with, just because, you know, you have to put in so much independent research in Trell. Because, you know, no one person knows how to build a rocket. No one comes in to Trell already knowing exactly what needs to be done. You have to do a lot of independent, you know, compiling. You have to read a lot of research papers. So yeah, the amount of information you have to learn with Trell is, I would say, surpasses what you learn in class.
Tell me about a time when you felt success or pride during your time here.
It was definitely just the very first test articles we made. So, you know, we work with a lot of carbon fiber, and the people who sell you the carbon fiber they tell you how strong it sort of is, but to get really exact numbers, you have to test it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And so just, you know, you just look at that, make a test article, make a test piece that we can pull apart. It seems very easy. But when you look at all the procurement, when you look at all the, you know, research that has to go in, when you look at all, like, you have to talk to the aerospace department. Can you borrow their hardware? You need to talk to the specific lab manager. Is he willing to look over you and like teach you how to use this machine? Some of our suppliers are international. I was calling people at 2 a.m. my time, like 9 a.m. their time, to get things, like, to make sure what I was buying would work for what I needed it to work as. You know, just so many little dominoes need to fall on each other, that those first test articles we made, even though they looked pretty simple, they just looked like rectangles of carbon fiber.
Yeah.
They involved months and months of work. So I was just really happy to actually hold those and break them apart.
How are you leaving a legacy? What do you think you've like taught others, or what do you think people will say, oh, I remember him for this?
I think just for a lot of the infrastructure I helped lay it out. Just because when I came on, you know, we didn't even have the new PRC space.
Mm-hmm.
We were sharing, like, I don't know how many square feet with the aerospace department in the other pickle building where we used to work at. Yeah. And we really didn't have anything to build anything, like, all the stuff we built, we had like a foam saw, maybe. We had no hardware. So a lot of the stuff I've done up to this point has just been laying down the infrastructure and the system so that, you know, the next person who comes along and leads this team, you know, if they need a certain tool, if they need a certain thing, there's already, either we already have one, or there's a very well described way to get one.
Yeah.
If they want to build a new piece, here I have like manufacturing instructions that you can look at. Just a lot of that basic, groundwork.
That's definitely going to go far to have all those little things, and somebody has to do it. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Tell me something interesting about you that isn't Trell related.
Something interesting. I've been to 67 countries.
Wow.
So I'm a big. That's like when I said like I flew in a lot of airplanes. Like I really did fly in a lot.
Yeah.
And it was that travel honestly that got me into aviation and figuring out how these machines work.
Yeah. So did you do that like when you were younger, or when have you like done all this traveling?
Just kind of constantly. I never really spent like summers at home or like winter breaks, like anything longer than spring break. I was definitely traveling with my family.
Yeah.
So that's when we would do a lot of it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've not been to that many places. So do you have any like internship or job opportunities coming up, or would have, I guess, maybe the quarantine
was
kind
lined
of.
up for, so what I had locked in, or what I'm doing for sure, I'm doing my master's at UT.
Okay.
I'm doing composite structures, specifically in rotary aircraft, so like in helicopters and stuff. And in the summer between this and the start of the master's, I was going to do an internship at a startup in California. If you've heard of like those air taxis that Uber's making, they build those. Not exactly for Uber, but like they're like a competitor, and they're making those personal little like drones, I guess, or personal helicopters. And I was gonna go do a composites position with them, but you know, specifically because they're also in California, which has been hit pretty hard, they did have to cancel all their like summer and fall opportunities. So,
oh no, that's not good.
Well,
yeah, I think I saw an article of like they did the Austin in 2040, and that was like one of the big things that they talked about was Uber, and it was like flying. Like I was like, what? We are not gonna have that in 20 years, really? But okay. Tell me about a time, any fun things that really stuck out to you during TREL, any fun, interesting stories?
I guess I would definitely say like my favorite TREL experience, when it's definitely that rosy tint of nostalgia. In the moment I wasn't having a lot of fun. We pulled like from like noon to midnight, maybe 1 or 2 in the morning, at the TREL pickle space, building an oven for our composite overwrapped pressure vessels. You know, so these vessels are like 7 feet long, 6 feet long. You know, you can't bake them in any normal oven. You need to bake them in a custom built piece, which is exactly what we did. So, you know, the first couple of hours were fun. You know, we're measuring out sheet metal, we're measuring out foam. You know, I go to Home Depot, I pick up some stuff. We quickly start realizing we didn't buy enough stuff. I go back to Home Depot. We all start getting hungry. We go to eat food. We come back. We still haven't finished the oven. You know, it's one of those like, before you know it, it's midnight. You're exhausted, but also you start realizing the people who were really willing to stay late.
Yeah.
You know, we're all exhausted and we're all full of Taco Bell or whatever we got. But we have this finished product that we can send to Firefly. We really put in, you know, a full day's work on a weekend. And you all just are definitely closer with the team members, just because, you know, you sort of suffer together. So yeah, it was just really nice because it really just showed like how passionate people are. And you know, it's a weekend, we're not getting paid. We're all in pretty demanding majors, and yet we're still willing to put in, you know, 12 hours on a Saturday to really get these projects done and to really, you know, meet our goals. And that was really a really nice moment for realizing just, you know, the passion people have for TREL and the work they're willing to put in.
Did y'all get the oven like built? And we built
it in a day. So it was hard, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got it done.
Okay, awesome. That's good. Well, that's all I have. Thank you so much for doing this.